All right, cool. Let's do this. So yeah, Paulie, you are mindset coach, right? Mindset and life coach and
Hmm.
founder of Mindset.
Correct.
Yeah. So can you tell us a bit about yourself, about your background, and before this all started?
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Pauly Long. I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the U.S., and I have been traveling a lot for the last 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, something like that. And I started entrepreneurship back in August, and or like end of July, August, and it started with me. Driving to Arizona, which is on the other side of the U.S. So I drove cross country in 3 days and got there. And really, the backstory to that is I was working for a gym chain called LA Fitness for about 4 years. And I always hated it. I just didn't know what else to do, and I was kind of stuck in that limited mindset, that limited belief mindset, and just didn't really know where to go. And didn't have the ambition to take the big leap, into something
Yeah.
new. I was scared. So finally, I started studying for real estate to get my real estate license as a residential real estate salesperson. Working with buyers and
Yeah.
sellers. And as I was studying for that, I was planning my way out. So I finally quit the gym, quit working at the gym, and got a job with a real estate team on April 1st last year,
Last year.
2019.
Yeah.
And that was like my first kind of like push forward of like not being stuck at LA Fitness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And shortly after that, I got my license in the beginning of June. And then shortly after that, I quit. I quit. I quit the team. I left the team. We parted ways July 1st, and I realized that I wasn't really fond of what they were doing. I also
Uh,
really wasn't fond of being a real estate agent. And I think it was like 90 days in, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I just spent the last 8 months trying to get this license, and now I just realized I don't want to do it anymore."
what did
And
you like about it exactly?
well, I realized I was, and this is just me personally. I realized that I wanted to work for myself, and I thought that would be good getting into real estate because I'm like, all right, cool, real estate, like I can go have my own clients and this and that. But I realized when you're a real estate agent, you're working for your clients. They're
Yeah.
not working for you, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I was like, shit, man. I was like, this isn't what I want. I was like, I'm leaving one and joining another. So, um, yeah. So long story short, I left that while I was with them from April to July. I was also trying other businesses as well. So back in March, I did like three things at once. I joined two different MLM, multi-level marketing
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
businesses. One was like the forex trading. One was selling like electric plans for homes. Um, and I quit both of those within a couple months. Did the real estate, quit that within 3 months. While I was with the real estate team, I was doing stuff on Instagram. So May of last year, 2019, was when I first started posting like somewhat quality pictures on my
Yeah.
Instagram, and gained some followers, whatever. And then I started networking with different people on Instagram and just reaching out and DMing people, and
Mm-hmm.
because I saw there was so much success on Instagram, and I'm like, man,
Yes.
what are these people doing, right? Because it was kids, like I'm 28
Yeah.
years,
Teenagers. Yeah.
right, I'm 28 years old. I was 27 at the time, and I'm looking at these 21-year-olds, you
Yeah.
know, driving around in nice cars and spending money at on bottles of
How are they
Dundee at the
doing?
bar, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I'm like these kids. I'm like, there can't be a secret. I'm like, there's got to be something these kids are doing that I can do, right? So, so I invested. Come July, I invested a couple $1,000s in two different mentorships. One was a guy that was doing like the e-com, like Shopify
Mm-hmm.
stores,
Yeah.
other was like an Instagram mentorship. And these two guys actually both lived in Scottsdale, Arizona, and they actually worked right next to each other in the offices
Mm-hmm.
board. So the ecom guy, as a part of the package that I paid for, offered to fly me out to Arizona to meet the team, work with him and his people, whatever. So really what happened was I flew out there. I thought I was going to be there for a weekend. I ended up crashing on this kid's he was younger than me. I ended up crashing on this kid's couch for 2 weeks straight. All right. So here I am, 27 years old. I'm the oldest person in this whole there. It's a bunch of kids, right? Bunch
Yeah.
of kids running this e-com business. And then the other guys too, the Instagram people and all that. And they have a real estate team. I was like, all right, this is perfect. Like I met them. I met both groups of people. I was, everything was good. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna move to Arizona. Screw it, right? Do it. So I
Yeah.
went home. I flew home 2 weeks later. I was home for about 1 week, and I packed my whole car up, and I said bye to my family. And I was like, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Love you. Bye. Booked it. Rolled. Didn't even say bye to like half the people I knew. I was so ready for something new. And I drove cross country 3 days. Got to Arizona. Literally like just a man on a mission. Like I had no job. I had no income. I had barely any money. I had about $3,000 to my name total,
Oh,
$3,000.
yeah.
And before I had left, I booked an Airbnb at some lady's house. I just booked a room in some lady's house for like a month and a half. Like I booked it
Mm-hmm.
from like mid-August to all the way through September. I was like, here we go. This is the start. Like, so no home, no job, no
No
money,
money.
right? And I was just like gone,
Yeah.
And I got to Arizona and immediately started working for these guys. Well, while I was there too, I had met a guy that we became pretty good buddies for a little while I was there. And he and I kind of just partnered up, and we're doing stuff with them with like wholesale real estate and ATMs and all this stuff. And we shortly both realized, because we both invested with the same people, we both realized these people in Arizona were full of shit. So it turns out these guys were like not the best people to work with. I'm just gonna say that. I don't like to gossip and all that, but so this kid and I left, and we ended up working on our own things. He started his own business. I started mine. And we were able to I started traveling. So I went to like Vegas, I went to LA, I went to Mexico, started seeing the more of the world that I never really had before. I was never really big into traveling because I just didn't really know anyone who did. So I
Yeah.
was always complacent and stuck in one place. So now it's like, now I'm traveling, I'm working online, I'm making money on my Instagram, I'm growing my Instagram. I'm really boosting my perspective and the way I see things. And then after I gained some followers and started putting out a lot of content, then I started doing my motivational videos that are on my wall on my
Yeah.
profile on Instagram. And after the first, I think like 3 or so, this was back in, by now it's like November, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the beginning of November, and I got a message from this girl who is the leader of like a team of a multi-level marketing company
Mm-hmm.
called Monet. They sell like hair products and all that, which we laughed about because obviously I don't have any hair. So that was fun. So we were talking, and she's like, yeah, she's like, I love your videos. I love your motivational stuff. I want you to come on and just do like a hype up call for my girls. And I was like, yeah, sure, that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like playing it cool, but I was like, oh my god, let's go. Right? So because this is like the first time I'd ever got offered to do like a speaking thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it was in the back of my head that I really wanted to be a motivational speaker, but I never had the belief in myself. I never had, or like a mindset coach or a life coach. I was like, who am I to do that? Like I don't even have my life together. I just started entrepreneurship. Who the hell is Pauly Long, right? Like
Yeah.
who am I to sit here and coach other people, motivate other people?
You had to
And
start because you have a lack of self-confidence, or because it's a lack of knowledge.
yeah, I mean, it was just everything, right? I just hadn't instilled the mindset in myself yet that I could do whatever I wanted to do, and anyone can do whatever they want to do. You just have to start,
Yeah.
right? And my biggest thing was like, I I felt guilty. I felt like I should have the credibility before I started. And I'm going to say that again. I thought I should have the credibility before I started. Tell me how that makes any sense right there, right? It
Yeah.
makes no sense.
No
How the
sense.
hell can you get credibility if you never start?
Start. Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm thinking with that kind of mindset, which where the hell's that going to get me, right? So I finally I had a few motivational videos up. I'm still doing like all these different businesses and all this crap that I didn't want to be doing, but I was chasing the money instead of my
Hmm.
passion, instead of my purpose, right?
Yeah. So
So
money
that
was just a tool.
Yep. So that night, I got on this Zoom call. There was like over 60 girls on this Zoom call, which was like, that was like crazy for me. I was like, wow, I was expecting there to be like 6, and now there's like 60. I'm like, all right,
60.
this is like dope. And I just ripped it, man. I just went off, and I was like in the zone, and I was loving it, and I felt my heart beating, and I got off the call, and I had a ton of them follow me afterwards and message me, Pauly, that was great. I'm like so fired up right now. Thank you so much. And I just had this big rush of emotion over me that night. And I went home, and I had a whiteboard that I always wrote on, and I had all these different goals and money goals, and
Yeah.
have a G wagon by June of 2020 and all this bullshit, right? And I just erased everything, right? And I wrote motivational speaker, and that was it.
Oh,
And I circled it and put the pen down and went to bed. And the next morning I got up, and that morning was the morning that I began mindset, my business. So I actually went
mindset.
out.
Yeah.
I bought I bought a big notepad, one of those like big stand-up notepads that you can
Hmm.
like flip the whole big page
Yeah.
over and write
Hmm.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my course too. Like you'll see if anyone who's watching this joins my program, you see what I mean.
Yeah.
But I bought that, and I drew the stuff up, and I recorded the very first like intro video for mindset. And yeah, man, that was it. So that was the end of November, and then I launched the community and the program by January 1st, and then from there, yeah, it's been a whirlwind, man. I went to Bali. So I had actually I'd been in Arizona for 4 months. Mid December, I decided to pack my car up again,
Hmm.
drive back to PA. So I left Arizona, drive back to Pennsylvania to visit my family for the holidays. And
Hmm.
then the buddy that I had that I met out in Arizona,
Yeah.
he and I booked a trip to Bali, Indonesia. So
Nice.
so we booked this trip for 1 month, from January 10th to February 10th,
February. Yeah.
and we went to Bali. And so Bali was another huge turning point for me. I was completely just transformed and reborn, honestly. And I'm a very spiritual person. That's for a whole nother day for us to dive into. But I will just say that my entire perspective on life completely
Changed.
backflipped. Yeah,
Yeah.
when I went to Bali, and I had this huge just revelation and realization, and transformation,
Yeah.
and was just completely reborn. And I ended up falling in love with that place so much that I decided I was going to stay. So
This thing happened a lot to a lot of people actually. They go to Bali and then they become like
that's it.
I don't know what happens there.
No, it's a magical place. I will say that, and it's funny because you're right. A ton, so first off, you meet so many people there, because a lot of people are doing what I'm doing. A lot of the majority of people there who aren't like locals
Hmm.
are online entrepreneurs. Seriously,
Yeah.
it's like they're everywhere. You can't walk into like any cafe or anything downtown without
Yeah.
meeting someone who's doing online business. Everyone you talk to is doing it. And I think they call it a digital nomad. That's what they call like that area in Bali.
Hmm.
And so you meet so many people, and everyone's kind of just on the same mind. Like we're all there, we're all happy, we're all good, we're all running our own businesses. Everyone's got freedom. You're buzzing around on mopeds. You're right near the ocean. You got all
Yeah.
these cool restaurants and cafes and beaches, and it's just great, man. It's a great place. But so yeah, so really, and I'll wrap it up. This is about it. But I had decided to stay. So when you're out there, where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Morocco.
Yeah, Morocco. That's right. I knew that.
Yeah.
So when an American
Mm-hmm.
goes out there, you gotta fly out every 30 days, right?
Ah, yeah.
Or anyone who's not a local, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta fly out every 30 days if you don't have a long-term citizenship.
Yes.
So my first visa run came up February 10th. I had to go. I booked a trip to Singapore. So I booked like a little like 4-day trip to Singapore. By myself. My buddy who I had, he left and went back to America.
Flew back,
So I was
yeah.
like, screw it up. So now I'm a lone wolf in it. Now I'm overseas all by myself, right? Went to
Oh.
Singapore for a few days, loved it, had a great time by myself. Went back to Bali. Ended up staying with a couple of people who I met out there, who we all became good friends. And then a month later, here's where it gets fun, right? A month later is time for my next visa run. So I ended up going to Philippines, and I booked a 4-day trip to Philippines to go check that out, do my visa run, go back to Bali. I was supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
back there March 16th. Well, let me tell you, I haven't been to Bali since March 12th.
Oh.
And it's what is it, May 17th right now. So what
What
happened
happened?
what happened was the very weekend that I had to book my trip to Philippines was the exact weekend that Philippines went into full lockdown. No
Oh.
flights in or out, no nothing. And I found out the next morning. So I got there on March 12th. I got a taxi. I had him, take me somewhere to get some food. It was pretty late, not really late, but kind of dinner time, whatever. So I ate
Yeah.
dinner. Went to my hotel. I was pretty tired. Went to bed, whatever. Got up the next morning, slept in a little bit. Just didn't even leave my room for a bit. I did some work on my computer, whatever. So by the time I went downstairs, it's like almost 12 o'clock. But I had my whole next few days planned. I was going to get a rental car, drive up. It's like 4-hour drive up to this village called Port Bartone.
Mm-hmm.
Hang out there for the day. Get up next morning, drive all the way up to El Nido at the top of the island, and then come all the way back down on Sunday. And then I left Monday. I was like, good to go, right? Well, I go down to the receptionist, and I'm like, hey, where can I get a rental car? And she's looking at me like,
Excuse me?
yeah. She's like, you know what's going on right now? I'm like, no. She's like, if you want to get out of Philippines, you might want to leave now. I was like, oh my God. So now I'm on my computer. My whole day is shot. I'm on my computer. I'm looking for flights. Every single flight I find, it's like booked, cancel, booked. But I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. I get a taxi to the airport. The line in the airport is like a mile long. It's like all the way out the door. It's insane. And I met these two German brothers who were actually also trying to get to Bali. So we all went to the mall to talk
Mm-hmm.
to the airline companies at the mall. Same thing, no flights. We all like crashed early that night. We all got a room in this hotel, and got up the next morning. Went to the airport at like 3:30 a.m. Same thing. It was like a freaking mile long out the door. We spent 3 hours at the
Crazy.
airport. Finally got inside and realized that we were screwed. So I went to this village in Port Bartone for a couple of weeks, got quarantined there. Then they sent us a rescue bus, got us back down, got a flight over to Manila. Then I was stuck in Manila for a few weeks waiting for my Indonesian social visa to process so that
Oh.
I could get back into Bali. Well, halfway through that getting processed, I get a text from the person who's coordinating it, and she goes, hey, bad news. The Indonesian embassy here in Manila is going to shut down until further notice.
Oh God.
So I'm like, great. And then later that day, Indonesia updated their rules saying that social visas are no longer accepted for the
Accepted.
time. So even if I had gotten the visa, I still wouldn't have been able to. So now
Yeah.
it's like a double whammy. Now it's like the universe is like, Pauly, you are not going to Bali
Accepted.
right now.
Yeah.
Give it up. And I'm like, all right, I surrender. I'm giving it up. So I flew to Hawaii, and now I'm in Hawaii. And I actually have my business partner, Colin Heaney. He was actually my first member of Mindset. My very first member signed up pretty much right after. I think it was like like I dropped it January 1st, and he either signed up like that day or the next day. And he actually became my like VP, my admin, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
Mid-February, I started doing the weekly live calls mid-February, and he became my admin then, because he started working for me for free, helping me organize everything. And now we're pretty much full-on business partners with Mindset. So he actually booked a trip, so he'll be here on the 22nd. We've actually never met in person ever, so we only met online in
Online.
January. And we've basically become best friends. We talk
Yeah.
every day. We're always working on the business. And he's just a great person. And yeah.
And where is he from?
He's in New York. He's in New York.
Mhm.
He's in upstate New York.
Yeah.
So he's flying out here. And then one of my other members, this girl Sierra, who was, once again, she's one of like the very first ones that signed up. Very loyal, great member, is always on all the calls, helping support, helping market. So I had a talk with her last week, and I'm hiring her now as like an assistant as well. So she is in Maui, the next island over. I'm on Oahu. So she's in Hawaii. She's in Hawaii as well, just on a different island. So she's catching a quick flight as well on the 22nd. Colin will be here on the 22nd. And then I hired a videographer who's going to be here on the 21st. So the four of us are getting a house on the 22nd all the way to July 2nd. So it's going to be amazing next month or so. We're going to get a lot done. We're launching a new program as well for Mindset. It's going to be called the 90-Day Transformation. So it'll be customized to the individual. It's going to have 4 sections: mental, physical, spiritual, financial. And it's really going to help, turn around your entire life within a 3-month span. And that is going to launch May 31st. Yeah, bro, that's my story. It's been a hell of a ride. I've had a lot of good
many ups and
experiences.
downs and many unexpected things. Yeah,
bro, it's crazy. It's crazy what happens when you just start going and not thinking so much. Things start moving. I think what holds a lot of people up in this world from living a life they want to live, or reaching the goals they have, or starting their own business, is just all the different planning and the blueprinting and the thinking and the analyzing.
Yeah.
And that was my problem. I always thought, because that's how I was raised, right?
Yeah.
My dad, my mom, both of them planners. They gotta plan everything, right? Everything's gotta be planned, right? And down to the smallest things.
Yeah.
Hey, like, hey, mom, can you toss me up that magazine or whatever? Okay, well, let me make sure. It's like, what? I mean, like, literally, like, and same with my dad. If my dad has to move a dresser in a bedroom from this side of the wall to that side of the wall, he's got a tape measure. It's like both of them my whole life. So in my brain, I was brainwashed to think that we had to plan everything, or else it was going to fail. And that's a big thing, is like a lot of people get these mindsets from the way our parents raised us.
Yes, exactly.
And I don't like to blame, because it's no one's fault, because you're only the way you are because of how you were raised, right?
Yes,
we're a product of our parents. That's it. Or whoever brought you up. And so, I don't blame, I don't hold any grudges. It's on you as an individual to break out of whatever mindset, unless you were raised amazingly and you have a millionaire mindset, great, but that's not most of us, right? Most of us, we got issues in our head because of the way we were brought up, the people that we were surrounded with when we were younger, or that we're surrounded with right now. So it's on you to break out of that and experience the world, experience your life for what it truly is. And that is what I did. I just broke out. That's why I said, fuck this. I moved across the country. I got away from everyone. I met all new people. I went to all new places, and I just kept going. And I used to get stressed and overwhelmed and have anxiety, all this shit when I didn't know what was going on. And part of what has made me successful is just being able to let go and just let shit happen, man.
happen.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing. You just gotta let things happen. Go with it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know?
And you live the moment. I mean, sometimes we start focusing about the future, and we put all our energy on things that would never happen,
Yep, exactly.
and we lose
You're wasting
everything.
you're wasting it. You're wasting
Yeah,
your energy, you're wasting your thoughts, you're wasting your emotions on right, exactly, on things that may or may not happen.
yeah.
And if they don't happen, now you just lost all that
Mhm.
time that you spent thinking about it. But also, even if they do happen, you still lost all that time that you spent thinking about it, because guess what?
Yeah,
You're either going to think about it until it happens and then deal with it when it happens,
when it
or you're
happens.
going to not think about it till it happens and deal with it when it happens. It's the
Yeah,
same outcome. You're going to deal with it when it happens either way, right? And
exactly.
that was like, once again, that was like, my parents were always there, they're panickers, or oh, oh, right? And I'm like, dude, what the fuck, right? Like, just chill, You can't nothing. If you can't do anything about it, you can't do anything about it,
Yeah,
right?
it's going.
You
If
gotta,
it was going to happen, it will happen either way.
100%. You gotta control the controllables. That's
Mhm.
that's the that's what it comes down to, man. You gotta control the controllables in life, and the things
Yeah,
that you can't control, they're just not
and
worth
yeah.
the energy at all.
Exactly, they will happen either way. So yeah, can you tell us a bit more about mindset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mindset is it's a program and a community right now, and the mission statement is helping people live the lives they truly want to live without being influenced by judgments and the opinions of others. So that's our mission
Mhm.
statement. Um, and what we strive to do is just help people get in a community of positivity and motivation, and be around people that are going to help support each other.
Mhm.
And my main focus with mindset, and the reason that I call it mindset, so anyone listening to this, it's spelled Mineset,
Yeah.
because it's mind,
Mine.
not me, Pauly, but
Yeah.
whoever is
Whoever
in
is. Yeah.
helping you create a mindset that's yours, right? So
Mhm.
you can say it's mine. My mindset. So my like slogan is, my mindset is mine, right? Because it should be. Once
Mhm.
and this is, what, this is perfect. That was a good transition from what we were just talking about with being influenced by the way your parents think, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
You're a product of your parents, but it doesn't mean that you have to be them. You can still
Yeah.
be your own person, right? Come up, do things the way you want, live your own life, go for your dream job, go for your career that you want. You don't have to go to college just because your parents said so. You don't have to date this person because your parents said so.
Mhm.
You don't have to do anything,
Yeah.
and not just your parents, your friends, anyone in your family, your coworkers. Don't sit there and be influenced and be pressured by people who, in all reality,
Mhm.
don't mean shit, right? I
Absolutely.
mean,
Nothing.
seriously,
Yeah.
if they're not the ones paying your bills and giving you the life that you want, why does it matter? Everyone's so concerned with what their friends are going to say.
Yeah. What
Everyone's so
they
concerned
think. Yeah.
about going to family reunions and explaining what they're
Main
doing to their
trouble.
aunt and
Yeah.
uncle and their grandparents, and everyone's so concerned about what everyone on social media is going to think. It's a fucked up world right now, man.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up world. I hate to say it, but it is. And a lot, the majority of people in this world are their perspective on life is just so
Wrong.
far off, and it's sad, man. And it really gets me emotional about it, because there's just so many lost people, man.
Mhm.
And that is what I feel my purpose is on this planet, from till the day I take my last breath, is to impact as many people as I possibly can, to help
Mhm.
them understand, hey, look, this is you right now in front of
Yeah.
me.
Mhm.
The life that you have belongs to you. It doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to the camera guy. It doesn't belong to the audience. It doesn't belong to your friends. It doesn't belong to it's just you. That's it.
Yeah.
And like I picture myself having these talks with people that like I'm gonna like once I start speaking at events and all that shit, man, like and doing my one-on-one programs, literally I just want to be like, look, like you have two choices. You either do something to make yourself happy or you don't. That's
Mm.
what it comes down to. Happiness. Everyone talks about success being based upon how much money you make.
Yeah, how much you make, how much you have. Yeah.
Fuck money, man. Fuck money. Not permanently, because money's great.
Yeah.
Money allows us to do the
To
things
reach
we
your
do.
goals. Yeah.
I love money,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not saying that like, oh, I love money, like one of those like,
Yeah.
like YouTube people. I'm saying I love money because it allows me to do things for people and do things for my life that I enjoy. But in
Hmm.
all reality, fuck money. And here's what I mean by that is it's when you're thinking about when you're chasing different things. This is from personal experience, right? I was trying the e-com business, the real estate business, the forex trading, the MLM network marketing, the ATM business. I mean, I was doing all these different businesses because they were what was trending. They were
Yeah.
what I saw other people making money on. So I was like, oh, cool. Let me just do that.
Let's try it. Yeah.
But then I realized I'm not making any progress because I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. And I'm not happy, right? I'm
Yeah.
not. I can't motivate an ATM machine. I can't talk to that. I want to talk to people. I want to help people. I want to change the way people think
Think.
because I'm changing the way I think, and I'm actually starting to get happy for once in my life. Like that was what I was thinking back in like, you know what I mean? Like last year, like I was like finally experiencing like true happiness that I'd never experienced before because I was
Hmm.
living my own life, man. I was
Hmm.
free, right? I wasn't held back by a job. I wasn't held back by anything. It was me, my car, and I drove and I got out and that was it. And so it's like, that's really what mindset, my business is about, is just there, every single person on this planet has an opportunity to do something that they want to do. The
Yeah.
sad truth is the majority of them won't.
Well, not.
And it sucks, man. It sucks. It breaks my heart, because it's obviously like it's pretty tough for one man to change the world.
Yeah.
But I'll be damned if I'm not going to sit here and try till the day I die. And that's really what this business is about, is just reaching as many people as I can to all it takes is one solid like golden nugget, okay, out of my mouth or anyone's mouth and into someone's ears to change their life. All you need is one sentence sometimes,
Yeah.
one group of words put together to make your brain
Right.
do a complete 180 and go, holy shit, that just made so much sense, right?
Sense.
And that's the way I think about it. Like obviously brain training, mindset training takes time, and it takes relentless consistency. And that's how I was able to
Hmm.
train my brain was like I don't get anxiety anymore. I don't stress. I don't get depressed. I used to struggle with all that a lot. I used to be very depressed. I used to have excruciating anxiety, daily, every day. And I've been able to master it, but it's all repetitions. It's all, it's like working out, man. It's like working your
Hmm.
muscles. You got to do lots of repetitions to build the muscle. It's the same with your brain. You got to
Hmm.
sit there and do reps of different thought exercises and coping exercises and, anxiety diffusing exercises in your brain
Hmm.
with the way you think in order for you to grow stronger mentally. And that's what I teach people to do as well. Is it's like, look, like you can get out of this. You just have to keep going. And a
Yeah.
lot of people expect instant gratification. You
Yeah.
know, everyone wants to see the results right away.
Hmm.
And it's like,
Everyone
look,
is. Yeah.
yeah, right. It's like, look, you gotta keep doing this stuff. But once again, if I can say one thing that at least sparks the
Hmm.
initial momentum in someone's brain to go, okay, those words that Pauly just said actually just made so much sense. And I now realize that I'm not happy in what I'm doing with my life sucks and I want to change it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then at least they're going to make an effort to do so. So it's like, that's really the goal here, is just to reach as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Um,
It creates a
and
worldwide community with the
yeah, bro,
same
you know,
mindset. Yeah.
the way I look at it is when everyone is happy, when every single person is happy in the world, the world's a better place,
Yeah.
right? Because when you're happy, you're generally doing something you want, and when you're doing something you want, it prolongs the happiness, and then we're all working better together. When everyone's in a good mood, we're helping each other out more, we're supporting each other more.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much hate, there's so much sadness, there's so much anger, all throughout the world. And the number one reason, I guarantee you, it's driven from, is people not living the lives they truly want to live. Why
Exactly.
would you get, why would you be sad if you're living your dream life? Even if you went through the most traumatic experiences as a child, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be serious when I say this, because it's real shit. But
Mm-hmm.
people that got like, let's say, like, sexually abused, um, uh, uh, physically abused, maybe had maybe their dad or their mom walked out on them and left, and they never saw them again. Um, you know, got in a crazy car accident and fucked up their leg or something. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
any kind of like horrible thing, traumatic thing, to go through in life. Even for the people who went through that stuff in their life, and no matter how old they are right now,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, and if they're not doing what they want in life because they're a victim of what happened to them in the
Yeah.
past, and in their mind they think, well, this happened to me, so therefore I can't have a good life, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm done, I'm checked out because I got raped, or I got beat up to the point where I almost died, or my mom left me, and I don't have a mom, or whatever. Okay, and this is serious shit, but
Mm-hmm.
like, people really think like that. People think their life is over, and I'm not saying not to be upset. Like, that sucks, right?
So, yeah.
I'm blessed to have both my parents, both my legs, both my arms, a functioning,
Most of people
brain.
don't
Like,
see that. That's the
right.
problem.
I am
Yeah,
abundant.
they all they do is complaining about life.
Yeah.
It's tough. I don't have money. I don't have a job, but you still have a healthy body, man. I mean, this is a true treasure.
And if you do, you have the ability to go do stuff. So, like, I am super blessed. I'm super grateful from where I'm at. And anyone who has gone through an extreme, and don't get me wrong, I've gone through a lot of shit. Like, I'm
Hmm.
not downplaying myself either. Just
Yeah,
because I have both my parents and have,
doesn't mean yeah.
a body, like, I've
Mhm.
been through a lot of shit, man.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
a lot of dark times. Okay. And so I feel for people. I'm an empath, right? I have empathy. I feel for people, and I absorb the emotions from other people, and that's what makes me who I am. Everyone who meets me is always telling me how personable I am, and how caring I am, and it's real. It's genuine.
yeah.
That's genuinely how I feel. But the point of this is, for those people who have gone through shitty stuff throughout their life, and now have the victim mindset of poor me, poor me, poor me. I can't do anything I want to do because my life sucks, and that's just how it is.
Hmm.
Wrong. I guarantee you, if they chased their passion for 1 year and were able to come out of their passion, even just making like 50K a year, like an average salary in the US,
Yeah,
okay, or whatever, okay, even making like just normal money, doing whatever they truly desired, okay. If you wanted to freaking own a watermelon ranch, or
hmm,
you wanted to go breed horses, or you wanted to be a skyscraper builder, dude, I don't care, right? But like, if you're doing that
if
and
you're
that's
loving
what
it.
truly makes you happy,
Hmm.
your life doesn't suck anymore. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
Because no one goes after what truly makes them happy, and that's why we're all fucking pissed off and sad all the time, man. It's not about what happened to you in your past.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can get over their past. Everyone.
Yeah.
Because we're not thinking about it when stuff is good. We're only thinking about it when stuff is bad.
Yeah.
And when is stuff bad? Well, it's pretty much bad when you're not doing what you want to do with your life,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You're working a fucking shit job that you just are at because you need a paycheck. That's
Mm-hmm.
not life. That's slavery. I
Yeah.
mean, literally. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like literally a thing, dude. Like slavery exists, and most people are slaves. They're
Are not
working
aware
for
of.
someone
They're
else.
not aware of that.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's like scary, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
fucking scary. People are working for people, trading their time. They're giving all their time
Their
to a
energy and
corporation
their
or a
everything.
business owner, right? And they're
Yeah.
not doing what they want to do. I hate when people in the U.S. are like, oh yeah, I'm a chief account executive manager. I'm like, what the fuck is that? You sit at a fucking desk on a computer. Don't come on, checking files and shit. It's like people and it's not that person's fault. It's the corporation. See, the corporations, they give their employees these big long titles to make
Mm-hmm.
them special, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you're making $56,000 a fucking year. That's like less than $5,000 a month. You can't even go on a vacation with that, and you're calling yourself an account executive, chief officer, manager. Like, nah, dude, you're just a fucking guy at an accounting firm. Like, I don't want to hear it, and that's the problem, is like people get this over gratification of living the American dream of going to college for 4 years and coming out and getting a job and being in six figures of debt for the next 10 years, paying off student loans, and it's like, dude, that's not the dream. That was the dream in 1930 when we just got out of the Great Depression, and making 20K a year was considered like a fucking blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is 2020, man. It's a whole other ball game.
It's a nightmare.
It's crazy. It just baffles me how many people are so scared to take some form of leap. And
but sometimes it's not that easy, I mean,
it's not easy.
I mean, the older you get, the harder it gets. The older you become, the harder it gets. Like when you have a family, you can't just change your life like that.
This is true, man.
You have responsibility. If you have kids, you have wife, you have many things that you have to fulfill, and it's not that easy,
Yeah, but you know what too? A lot of those people, there's too much pride. There's too much pride.
Yeah.
Take a 40-year-old man. Okay, he's got a wife. He's got a little 5-year-old, or you got like a 10-year-old kid and a 5-year-old kid, right? Something like that. A typical American family. They're they live in a decent home. They got like a three bed, 4-bed, whatever, 2-story house. Typical setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy makes 100,000, 80,000, 120,000. I don't know, all the same shit to me, right? Somewhere around the 100K mark. Not bad, but these days 100K is like, it's like nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't go very far these days. So take your average Joe doing that. He's got a family, but he hates his fucking job, right? Makes 100K a year, maybe makes like 110 with a bonus. Maybe his wife does a part-time job or just takes care of the kids. I don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this Mr. Joe Smith, who's working a job and making the 6 figures, right? Ooh, I make 100K, woo, right?
Yeah.
He works for a corporation. He hates his boss. He dreads going to work on Monday. He gets out on Friday and slams a 6-pack every Friday because he just can't even come to the realization of what just happened for the last 5 days, Monday through Friday. And then he does it all again every single week.
Yeah.
Maybe goes on 2 vacations tops a year, okay, with his family. Mind you not, vacation is a horrible thing. I'm serious. Vacations are just an escape from reality. I'm not talking shit on traveling,
Yeah.
I love traveling, but I travel. I don't go. People are like, "Oh, how was your vacation? How was your trip?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, I'm just living life right now. I'm
Mhm.
working. Like I travel and work.
Yeah.
I work, and I love working because I love what I do. But
Yes.
I'm
Experience.
blessed
Yeah.
because I can do it in different places. And
Hmm.
I always hear a lot of people like, "Oh, like you're in Hawaii, but you're working. Oh, you're in Bali, but you're working. That sucks." I'm like, dude, what do you mean?
What are you
You're in
talking about?
you're in Chester County, Pennsylvania, with a bunch of fucking trees and 7-Elevens and shit. What are you talking about? Like, look where you're working. I'd rather be working here and take a lunch break and walk down to the beach and buzz on my moped over and grab a freaking smoothie at a cafe and take a day off when I want and
Yeah.
not, you know what I mean? So anyway, I don't want to get to that, but but vacation, bro, like is just it's bad. It's bad. But
But
anyway,
you know, it's all they have to feel good for a while.
which is fine. But
Mhm.
see, people go on vacation with the wrong expectations and the wrong view. Is they're going on vacation thinking, oh, this is great. Let me ask you this: what do you? And I know this was my parents, and I know it's a lot of parents and a lot of people.
Mhm.
Let's say you take a week vacation, right? You go to the beach. What do most people always say on the seventh day when it's time to leave? What do they say? How do they feel?
Well, they feel bored already.
Right? And what if they're like, oh, that was good, but I can't wait to get home.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because they overdo it. Because you go on vacation and you think, all right, this is my break from life. So I'm going to be a fat, lazy fuck for 7 days. I'm going to eat my face off. I'm going to eat my body weight in food. I'm going to drink and consume as much alcohol as I possibly can, right? I'm going to sit around on a beach chair, get sun poisoning, and do absolutely nothing and gain 10 pounds in a fucking week. And then I'm going to go home and I'm going to wake up on Monday and go right back to where I started. So by the end of vacation, people feel like shit because they treated themselves like shit. And you're supposed to go on vacation and experience new things because you actually took the time to get out of your fucking your town that you live in and
Mhm.
see something different. But what do? We go to an all-inclusive resort and we eat and drink and sit at one pool all day and barely go see some actual cool shit, and then we go home and we feel
Yeah.
like a bag of dicks, dude, because we just sit there and ate and drank for a whole week, and then you're wondering, well, I can't. I one vacation a year is enough for me, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, after winning the hot dog eating contest and taking 17 shots in one day, I'm sure you probably aren't ready for another vacation. You
Yeah.
probably feel like trash right now, right? And
Exactly.
and and it's like, see, that's what people have this view on traveling messed up with. Oh, like traveling, like I don't want to, some people like love it, right? Like me, and then some people see my life, they're like, oh my god, I want your life, blah blah blah, and I'm like, great, whatever, cool,
Mhm.
you know. But a lot of people, I love when people go, oh, I couldn't travel as much as you. That's just like, I would need a break. I'm like, dude, it's because you're doing it all wrong, man. You gotta work. You gotta like take some time and build while you're traveling, and that makes you appreciate it.
True.
It's not about a vacation. I'm not on a vacation. I'm not sitting in Hawaii slamming, Hawaiian shave ice and eating poke bowls all day.
Mhm.
I'm on, I'm doing the stuff like this. I'm interacting with people online. I'm building my business. I'm hustling, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
You're feeling productive. You are doing things that most of people don't do while they are on vacations.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I steered off topic there, but I had the vacation thing, man. That fires me up. Sorry, I had to get it on that. But back to, and this is the last thing I have to say. Back to average Joe, work, making 100K, blah blah blah, goes on a couple vacations a year. You know, I'm gonna use the same example. Someone who's like 40 years old, got a couple kids, got a wife, or a husband or a spouse, and they're working, making 100K a year. It seems all good because that's what we were brought up to believe. You know, me coming up like as a kid, if you made 100K, like, dude, you like won life. Like, you fucking made it. Like, that's like 100K. It's like unheard of, right? That was how it was when I was coming up. Now 100K is like whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, seriously. And I'm not saying that to not sound grateful. I'm just saying for the level and the frequency that I'm at, and my goals to impact billions of people on this planet, I need more money. I can't run the business I want to run to the level that I want to take it to help as many people as I possibly can with $100,000. So in my mind, I don't need $1 million or $10 million or $100 million or whatever. For me, I need it to help the people that I want to help. You know what I mean? And so
and beside,
this,
and beside, I mean, beside mindset and beside, I mean, there are many ways of using money to help people. Like, what are of the other ways that you use to help people?
like me personally, or just
No, yeah.
I mean, dude, I love shit, man. I love giving away money. And I usually I don't really tell people this, but since you just kind of brought that up and asked, I might as well. Something I've actually been doing for the last month now. It's coming up on a month. I'm on day like 27 or something like that.
Yeah.
I've actually been, Venmo, the payment Venmo. So I don't think you guys have that out there, right?
No, we
Probably
don't.
it's just PayPal or something. Yeah. So with Venmo, I've been going on Venmo every day, and I scroll up and down, and then just put my finger on my phone, and whoever I land on, I send $5. And I say the same exact thing every time. I do the coffee emoji on the iPhone with Pauly, smiley face, prayer sign, enjoy, 2 exclamation points, like every single morning. Okay. But it says coffee with Pauly, enjoy. And it's just me sharing some money, spreading some love, $5, whatever, no big deal. And it's cool because, it's just showing that, like, money isn't everything. At least that's what I'm trying to portray with it. Like, money isn't everything. I want to spread some good vibes. I'm all about sharing good energy, good vibes, making people happy. And so when that pops up on someone's phone, hey, Pauly just sent you $5 for coffee. They're like, huh? I've got text from people, and they're like, oh, did you mean to send me $5? I'm like, yeah. They're like, why? I'm like, go get yourself a coffee or something on me. And they're like, the fuck? Like, all right, cool. Appreciate it, But it's cool because it's like, that to me, like, stuff like that, it just, once again, it just gets the ball moving in a different direction with the way people think. Because once again, just that little act of kindness could make someone's day.
Yeah.
And if I make someone's day, okay, let's say that person, right, exactly. Let's say that person is having a horrible day or a horrible morning. Boom, $5 for coffee with a smiley face from Pauly. And they're like, huh, that wasn't so bad. That was pretty cool. And then they go, and the person they were planning on being shitty to or pissed off at or sad with, maybe they go and actually be happy with that person. Or maybe they go to their job and feel a hell of a lot better because they went to Starbucks and got a dope freaking caramel frappuccino with that $5, when in reality they usually just drink the shitty black coffee at the office. Now they're walking in with a smile because they got my Starbucks. I'm feeling good, right? And it's all because of that $5. That's what I picture that kind of stuff as. So it's like, I'm at the minimum scale right now, $5 a day.
Yeah.
That's pretty much like ground zero, right? Besides giving spare change to homeless people. So like $5 a day for me is cool because it's not detrimental to my financial situation, but it's
Hmm.
also helping someone, or it's also spreading good, positive love to people every day. And then as time goes on and I continue to make more money, I'm going to continue to keep doing shit like that. I'm going
Hmm.
to do, more like giveaways off my social media, and
Yeah.
charitable organizations and all that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah.
And
The
that's
more you
how.
make, the more you give.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
I wish people were more free with their money than they are. I think a lot of people are extremely frugal. Um, and I'm not saying to just dump all your money out, but this this goes back, deep rooted to some spiritual stuff that you really have to get in
Mhm.
touch with. You really got to get in touch with your spirituality. That was one of the big turning points for my life, as I do daily affirmations every single day. um, I write down a whole page of affirmations every day. Some are, with me personally, some are with the spirituality stuff, some are with financial stuff. I write these affirmations every single day,
Mhm.
and it turns into manifesting these things into reality. And when you manifest something into reality, it's because you saw it and you believed it and you said it out loud and you wrote it down so many times in a row that these thoughts turned into actions,
Mhm.
and the way that you go throughout your day and you react to things, and then these actions turned into realities. you know thoughts lead to beliefs,
Mhm.
beliefs lead to actions, actions lead to realities, and that's the process of manifestation. So when you're doing all this stuff and you're consistently bringing things into reality that you want, it really changes the way you think.
Yes.
And then you realize, like for me, like a lot of my money affirmations are like, like money is always on its way to me. Money is always flowing into my bank account effortlessly.
Mhm.
Money is an abundance in my life. I never have a shortage of money. I always give money. And so it's like, for me, like, I'm so confirmed at this point that, like, the universe and God always have my back,
Mhm.
financially as well.
Yeah.
And I know that with my own confidence, like, I'm not gonna run out of money. And the more that I give, the more I'm able to receive. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like if you're always like receiving, and you're never giving, it's gonna come to a halt one day. And
Yeah.
that's where you gotta give back, and the universe will see that you're open to
Mhm.
receiving.
Exactly. And I mean, at certain moments, money makes you happy. It brings you happiness. But
100%.
at one day, you will start thinking about, like, money is not really happiness. I mean, what happens when you start feeling like that? Is it because you have plenty of money that you start thinking that money is not happiness, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, I do. I think, once again, I think the whole money doesn't bring happiness thing is it's a double-sided spectrum, right?
mhm,
Because
it
if you're
does
once
bring
again,
happiness, but it's not the kind of happiness you're seeking.
I mean, yes and no. If you're making good money,
Hmm.
but you're not doing what you love,
Hmm.
you're gonna run out of happiness. Happiness can be there can be a shortage of happiness,
Hmm.
right? It can come in spurts. It's everlasting if you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
See me, I'm always happy because I can travel. I'm living life on my own terms, and I'm helping people every single day. I talk to people every single day. I talk to my members of Mindset every single day, and I love that shit, man. That's what gets me up in the morning.
Yeah.
That's what that's what that's what I live for. But like,
Hmm.
dude, not to be morbid, I'm like not even kidding. If I was told right now by the US government that I
Hmm.
would be thrown in jail for the rest of my life,
Hmm.
or go work a job like a 9 to 5, dude, I would go skydiving without a parachute.
Yeah.
I mean, like we can laugh about it, but like, I'm serious, dude. For me, there is no point. This is people. Some people may think this is like terrible. Some people may think this is morbid. I'm just very real and very straightforward. To me, there is no point, for me personally, not for
Yeah.
everyone. no point in living if I can't do things on my own terms. And that's the standard I have for my life.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that working a job is bad. And it certainly doesn't mean that entrepreneurship is for everyone, because it's not. It's
Yes,
not. There are some people in this world that are meant for a specific job,
exactly.
right?
Some people
But
are happier doing the job for the others.
there are some people like that,
Yeah,
straight up. But
yeah.
but if you're someone out there who doesn't want to go to work, do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, and take the I never finished this example of the average Joe making 100K.
Yeah.
If he's 40 years old and he's making 100K, everything seems great, but also now he's pressured because he's got a family, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's got all his other buddies at work and all that shit, who are making the same money, maybe more, whatever. And for him to be the one guy who hates the job and actually leaves and then takes a massive pay cut, number one, now he's got to worry about his family.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, he may have to downgrade his living and his lifestyle. You might not be able to drive that Lexus. You might have to trade it in for a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
You might not be able to live in that 4-bed, 3-story house. You
Mm-hmm.
guys might have to rent an apartment for a little bit. But it doesn't happen because of the pride. Because the guy has too much pride. He doesn't want his family to think that he's failing, because he knows that it's not failing. See, people think if you take one step back in life, you're failing.
Yeah.
It's like,
No.
motherfucker, I'm not failing. I'm just starting over. I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
something new, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I love when people start. I started over. I was making about $75,000 a year working at a gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like pretty decent. Working at a gym making 75K is pretty decent. And I completely started over. I dropped everything.
Mm-hmm.
I almost went broke. $3,000. I had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I applied for some credit cards, and I was able to get approved for a credit card with $10,000 at 0% interest for 12 months. And credit's a whole other topic that we're not going to dive down. But essentially,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to pay interest on it for a year. So
Mm-hmm.
I was leveraging that 0% money that I only had to make a minimum payment on each month
Mm-hmm.
while I built my business. So if you're that average Joe making 6 figures a year and you hate it and you feel like you're going to be screwed if you leave, get your credit fixed, get your credit working,
Mm-hmm.
get a card with 0%, quit your job, build your business, make minimum payments on your investment that you have on your credit card. And then when your business finally starts making money, you can pay that debt off before it starts collecting interest.
Yeah.
That's how you get into entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm. Then you have some people that would say, "What if I can't make that money to pay off my debts?"
Of course, then it means you're not working hard enough. I mean, seriously, like, because there's always going to be that excuse. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: if one person can do it, everyone can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, seriously, like I'm going to tell you right now, if you are chasing what it is that you truly want to do. Now, I'm not telling you to quit your job and start doing, an e-com store like I tried.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, because if it's not what you want to do,
Don't
then
do
the
it.
chances are you're going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
And failing's not bad either. Failing is just your first attempt in learning. So now you're learning. Now you're gaining more knowledge on something.
Yeah.
So that's okay. But don't invest and get your credit going and get all this 0% money and quit your job if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a belief in what you're doing. Like, figure that shit out first. All right, I want to do, boom, A. Not B, not C, not D. I want to do A. And I'm going to stick to A no matter what.
But how would you would know that you want to do A?
Yeah, straight up.
Now,
Dude,
how would you know that you want to do A?
Oh, how would you want to know? Well, once again, that for me, and this is just my personal advice, that's where it comes down to the spirituality. That's where it comes down to you need to first get your mindset right. You know, this is for this reason is why is another big reason why I created my program mindset. You know, there's videos that I made where I'm talking about this exact stuff, finding your passion and your purpose, right? Motivation and perseverance, you know, um, figuring out how to get past the social standards and the opinions from friends and family that are going
Yeah.
to try to hold you back when you're pursuing what you want. But it comes from a deep understanding of who you are and why you're on this planet. Like for me, I was always masking the belief that I could be some form of a leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's why God put me on this earth. I know that's why I was born, you know, and I was rejecting that for a long time, but it was only because I didn't, I, it was only because I was surrounded by the wrong people. So
Mm-hmm.
number one, probably most people who are having trouble figuring out what they want to do, it's because they're surrounded by the wrong people. If you start surrounding yourself with like people that are motivated and positive and
Mm-hmm.
seeking more in life and, you know, following their dreams, you're going to figure out what you want to do a lot sooner. If
Yeah.
you're hanging around a bunch of people that hate their life, hate their job, hate their spouse, hate their boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever, you know, always complaining, always negative, you're the thought's not even going to pop into your head
Yeah.
because you're
Exactly.
so your brain is so flooded by shit. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That it's never
Yeah.
even going to have that thought.
I also may suggest that before you surround yourself with the right people, take time to be by yourself,
100%.
because
100%.
if you jump right to surrounding yourself with the right people, I mean, they may impact you with their ideas, and maybe that's not what you want to do. They are motivated, they are ambitious, they are everything, but
Yep.
you know, they are ambitious for their goals, for the things that they love, but maybe
Yeah,
that's not what you want to do.
exactly, man. I couldn't agree with you more. That's a huge part of how I've been able to unlock so much in the way that I think about myself and my own, you know, personal beliefs. I've had a lot of time to myself in my whole life, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, I switched schools a couple times when I was a kid. You know, I never had like a huge group of friends. Um, you know, I dropped out of college my first year and moved in with my mom and my old stepdad when they were still together, and lived with them for 3 years, just working, didn't have
Yeah.
any friends. And, you know, I've spent so much time by myself. And I think that's what's allowed me actually to unlock so much in my brain
Mm-hmm.
is because, yeah, just like you said, you're not constantly being flooded with other people's thoughts. You have so much time in your own thoughts that you're going to push past a lot of the bullshit, the self-inflicted negativity that a lot of people do themselves a lot quicker, and get through to what you truly want and truly think about yourself,
Yeah.
and just, yeah, have way more of these spiritual downloads. But time alone makes a big difference, you know. And
Exactly.
once I went to Singapore by myself, I think that was another huge part, like just traveling on my own and having all this alone time and being in
Mm-hmm.
another country. And it was just like, yeah, everything was happening so quick. You know what I mean? Like, but it was because I had all that time to myself to figure it
Mm-hmm.
out. You know?
Yeah.
So I agree with that. That's a good point you bring up.
Yeah. Well, that's good. What's the last, or uh, the last thing that you would like to tell to people who are struggling with their who are struggling with decision taking, like they don't take decisions, or they are afraid of failing, they're afraid of not taking the opportunities they get, you know, what would you tell those people?
Who are afraid to take the next step?
Yeah.
Take it.
Just do
No,
it.
I mean, honestly, you know, I don't want to sound ignorant. I don't want to sound, you know, not understanding, because I get it. Like, you know, some people's situations are different. It is harder when you have a spouse and kids. It is harder
Mhm.
when um, maybe you're in a more poor surrounding. I don't know. There's things that are much harder, you know.
Mhm.
But at the same time, too, there's always a way out. There's always,
Yeah.
always. There's always something better. And maybe here's the thing too. Maybe the first step that you have to take to get out of your current situation and start a new one,
Mm-hmm.
that step might not get you out, and that's okay. Okay, if you want to start a whole new career, and you have a spouse and a kid or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you have a loan to pay off, you have a mortgage, you have 2 cars, you have all these liabilities instead of assets, right? Your credit's fucked up, you have your whole back is against the wall.
Yeah.
Start with one thing, okay? Get your credit fixed. Is getting your credit fixed going to allow you to quit your job immediately? No, probably not. But that's one step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
After you get your credit fixed, right? And maybe you can't afford it. Okay, guess what? Now you got to save up for a couple months. If it costs $1,500 to get your credit fixed, and it's going to take you 3 months to save up $1,500, fucking save it up. Figure out a way. Cut back on your expenses a little bit.
Yeah.
Save if it takes 6 months to save up $1,500. Like, dude, I don't care how shitty your life is going right now. Like, I don't care how broke you are.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't want to. There's no one in this world spends every last penny and on things that they have to. There's always little things that you can cut out. Always.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when people are like, no, I don't have any money. That's bullshit. Bullshit. It is. It's a lie. Dude, I don't like until you are eating freaking rice for every meal. Okay, rice and canned tuna for every meal. I don't want to hear it. People are like, I don't have any money, but then their whole family's at fucking Outback Steakhouse on Friday night. What do you mean? And you're paying for Netflix, and you're you know what I mean? It's like, and you gotta it's crazy to me. It baffles me. Stop going shopping. Stop buying a bunch of food. Live fucking dirt cheap if you have to.
Yeah.
Save up. Then take that step. Get your credit fixed. Once you get your credit fixed, pay off all your loans and your shit. Once you do that, invest in something that's going to make you money. I mean, there's always something that you can do. Read a book. I just did an IG live yesterday. I just did this IG live yesterday, and I'm going to upload it to my profile today. But I was basically talking about indirect ROI. ROI stands for return on investment, indirect instead of direct. I get a lot of people asking me about, my program, or I do a lot of stuff with like helping people grow their Instagram as well and all that. And everyone's always like, all right, what's my ROI? What's the ROI? Like they want like an exact number. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I don't know. What are you going to make your ROI? It's not like investing in things that are going to build you as a person. Okay. Different like personal development books, courses, services, things that like aren't just going to write you a check. Like you reading a book isn't going to write you a check. You going to a self-help seminar or whatever and paying for it isn't going to hand you a bag of cash after it's all over.
Yeah, but executing what you
what's going to happen is it's
learn.
Exactly. It's going to build your brain. That one nugget rule, man. All it takes is one nugget. All it takes is one line to completely transform your thoughts. And if you get that, if you invest $200 into a weekend seminar for personal development, and you go there and you hear that one thing and it sparks something in your head to go do something different, and that something different leads to something else different, and that something else different leads to you increasing your annual income by $10,000. Guess what? Was that a direct return on investment? No. It took like 3 things to get there. But technically, that's an indirect ROI. It all started with the very first seminar that you went to and led to those few different things in between that got you that return on investment. And that's instant gratification, man. People got to get rid of that thought. People have to be willing to take steps, you know, like you're
Yeah.
not, like if you're in the hole, it might not be easy to get out, but stop looking for the first answer. Look for the shit in between, you
Hmm.
know, stop, or not the first answer, the final answer. Stop looking for the final resolution.
Yeah.
Look for the small stuff. Do
Hmm.
the little stuff in between and get to the bigger picture down the road. Stop trying to make the full fucking leap from one side to the other like Evil Knievel and you know, and like do some small shit to get there. That's
Yeah.
what I would say for anyone who's having trouble figuring out how to take the next step in life. Start with your mindset. I mean, that's it. Me, that was me personally. It was building my mindset, was training my brain. I was not on the right wave of thinking
Hmm.
for the lifestyle. Like dude, a year ago, if you would have told me a year ago that I was doing what I was doing now and I had gone through everything, I would have been like what? Right? Like I wasn't ready for it a year ago. But I started doing things differently. I started thinking differently. I started
Yeah.
acting differently. I got rid of all my friends. Because in reality, they weren't really friends. They were just people that I was calling friends
Hmm.
because I didn't have anyone better in my life. And after a while, I realized these people are really slowing me down. These
Hmm.
people are really negatively impacting my life. And, you know, it's the harsh reality. A lot of
Yeah.
the people that we think are the closest to us are the ones that are actually doing the most damage and slowing us
Yeah.
down. So
Exactly.
you gotta reevaluate that. You gotta
Hmm.
network. You gotta meet more people. Everyone's so scared to talk to people online, right? Oh,
I
I don't.
mean, talking to people online is the easiest thing.
Bro, it's 2020. Like, get with it. You
Yeah.
know, I PayPal'd $2,000 to two different guys that I never met before I even met them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then another 1,500 when I got there. I was in the hole almost $5,000. I mean, shit. And I didn't even make half that back. I lost it, and I just kept moving. And for anyone listening to this, I didn't. It wasn't easy. I lost a lot of fucking money. And
Yeah.
2019 was a very financial year for me. I'll just say that. I lost a lot of fucking money.
Hmm.
Uh, but it's okay because every time I lost money and failed, I learned something. I applied it to the next thing, and it just kept, you know, compound effect.
But
But
the
yeah,
loss take you to the win.
yeah, exactly. The first thing you got to start with is your mindset. You got to get your mindset right. For anyone trying to get out of the hole, you know, I mean, I'm not to be biased, but I'm gonna stand by myself here.
Mhm.
Stand by my program. My program mindset is a great place to start. It's $50. That's it, one time.
50
No,
bucks.
no, no monthly payment. No nothing. Just
Yeah.
$50. Um, that gets you access to the video program that
Hmm.
that I made. My business partner and I are going to make an updated version, which will be launched in June. The price will double. It'll go up to 99 instead of 50.
Hmm.
Anyone who's in it now will be grandfathered into that for free.
Hmm.
Uh, so regardless, $50. You have 8 video modules talking about friends and family, social standards, motivation, perseverance, positivity, pursuing your purpose and your passion, stress and anxiety, all these things that we all need help with, right?
Hmm.
Then it includes lifetime access to the Telegram group chat that we have going, and the weekly live calls that we do on Zoom, like you and I are doing now.
Yeah.
There's always a topic. Sometimes I have guest speakers. This is a great place to start for anyone trying to get out of the hole and change the way they think. Join Mindset. It's a great community. It's going to revamp the entire way you think. But also, not just for me, read books.
Hmm.
Read books.
Yeah,
Some of
books
the
are a
best some
great
of the
tool.
best books that changed my life were Grant Cardone's 10X Rule
No.
and Be Obsessed or Be Average. So both of those are by Grant Cardone. The 10X Rule and Be Obsessed or Be Average. Those two books, amazing, 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 will completely change the way you think. Those, and then my other, like right now, like my favorite author is Jen Sincero. She is the author of the book called You Are a Badass. That is a
Yeah.
must. That one and her other one, You Are a Badass at Making Money. So
Mm-hmm.
You Are a Badass is a yellow cover, and the Making Money one's a green cover.
Yeah.
Those books, it's like it should be a law. It should literally be a law that you have to read those. They're like that good.
I agree.
Those and then one of my other favorites is the hip hop artist Russ. He made a book, and I
Mm-hmm.
actually wrote a book, and I actually I downloaded the audiobook version because I like the way he talks. He's got some
Mm-hmm.
swag, right? More interesting. But he wrote a book. I did the audiobook, and it's called "It's All in Your Head" by
Mm-hmm.
Russ. That one is phenomenal. So all these books, once again, they're not going to make you money. They're not going to hand you cash, but they're going to really change the way you think for the better and help you recognize certain behaviors that you should have and the way you should, perceive things and the way you should go about certain things in your life that are going to better your life and benefit you. So really, really, really dive into personal development. That's my big answer to that question is anyone that's stuck right now, doesn't know where to go next, start with your brain, right? Whether you join my business mindset or you go read some books, I just want you to work on your mindset, whether it's me or not.
Mindset first, and then take steps forward, take action, execute, and things will come like by
You have to believe
myself.
it. You got to believe it, man. You got to get spiritual. You got to honestly trust the universe and trust God or whatever higher power you believe in, whatever your religion is. It's just like you really got to let go. You got to let go. That's the toughest part. I was raised in homes of fear and worry, and that's how I was brought up, and that's still how my parents are. And I'm the one now who's teaching them to get their shit right? Because I'm like, yo, you guys got it fucked up. I love you. I love you so much, but we're not gonna live like this anymore. I'm literally right now, I'm training my parents, and it's gonna take a while.
And are they resisting what you tell them? Are they resisting what you're telling them?
My mom is getting a lot better. She's like my best friend. My mom is like she actually signed up for Mindset, paid.
Cool. Amazing.
Yeah, she was one of my first members, but good old mom stuff. But no, yeah, she's definitely coming around. My dad is a stubborn son of a bitch, man. He's I love my dad. We have a great relationship. He's just he and I used to butt heads a lot when I was younger, and he's someone who always thinks he's right. He always thinks he knows what's best, and in reality, he doesn't. And he has no idea. So that's that one I'm working on. My stepmom too is really definitely coming around. Her and I are super close. My parents split when I was 2. So and my dad met my stepmom when I was 3. So my stepmom, my other
like my mother. Yeah.
But yeah, so both, it's my mom and my stepmom are both starting to really come around, and they're always watching my Instagram and seeing what I'm doing. And my dad supports me 100%. Like I said, he and I were awesome. We always have good conversations. It's not one of the weird father-son relationships. We're very close. I can just tell he's definitely not fully caught on yet. Still kind of stuck in his thought process. So we'll get him.
It's not easy, man. It's not easy. Yeah. He's been like that his whole life. You can just change him man,
exactly. Yeah, that's why you got to do it now. You got to change your life now instead of waiting until you're in your 50s. But I'll tell you what, too, if you're in your 50s, it's okay.
Yeah,
if you're in your 70s, it's okay, dude. You can start over anytime you want. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Yeah, just start. Just do it.
Yeah, man. 100%.
Cool. All right, so thank you, Pauly, so much. It's been a great pleasure for me. And
yeah, bro.
This interview was really interesting, I would say. Yeah, it will help many people that would help.
We got carried away there, man. We were just chopping it up for an hour 40.
Yeah.
I'm starving. I gotta go eat breakfast still.
It's time to go get breakfast. Thank you so much.
Well, hey, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you so much. Take good care.
All right, man.